Hello, fellow project managers. Welcome to the Agile Guessing Game. This is where we talk about Agile. I give you a definition and I ask you, what did I just describe? For those of you new to the show, some of the text that we use here, Pmbok Guide once in a while, and we also use the Agile Practice Guide, and some of the definitions are from the Agile Alliance. Be sure to check out their website. Let's take a look at what we have in store for today. Here is your first question. And for this, we're going to play which Agile term is it? So I will define the term and I will ask you to guess which term it is. So let's start off with this definition. The practice of merging code changes into a shared repository several times a day in order to release a product version at any moment. Let me read it again. The practice of merging code changes into a shared repository several times a day in order to release a product version at any moment. 3, 2, and 1. The answer to that is continuous integration. The practice of merging code changes into a shared repository several times a day in order to release a product version at any moment. This requires an integration procedure which is reproducible and automated. All right, let's go to our next section of today's show. It is, are you an Agile aficionado? And in this series, we ask you a very simple question that you should know if you are indeed an Agile aficionado. Let's take a look at the question. Typical metrics, Agile metrics, and reports include which of the following? Is it A, B, C, or D? Three, two, and one. So for those Agile aficionados, you know that the answer cannot just be A without B. That means we need to include A and B, and the answer is C. Definitely not Gantt charts. If you thought Gantt charts, you're not an Agile aficionado. You need to try again. Let's go to our next one. Here is your next definition for which Agile term is it? A large user story. A large user story. It's that simple. 3, 2, 1. You should definitely have gotten this one right because we hear the term a lot in Agile. It is epic. An epic is a large user story. Let's go to our next one. Which Agile term is it? An obstacle that prevents the team from achieving its objectives. An obstacle that prevents the team from achieving its objectives. 3, 2, 1. The answer is impediment. It's an obstacle that prevents the team from achieving its objectives, and it's also known as a blocker. Here's your next one. Which Agile term is it? A functional, tested, and accepted deliverable that is a subset of the overall project outcome. A functional, tested, and accepted deliverable that is a subset of the overall project outcome. Which Agile term is it? 3, 2, and 1. The answer is increment. It's a functional, tested, and accepted deliverable that is a subset of the overall project outcome. Here is one of our Are You an Agile aficionado questions. The question goes Which of the following is true about accountability in a Scrum team? The product owner holds the development team accountable, or is it B, team members hold themselves mutually accountable, or is it C, team members hold themselves individually accountable, or is it D, the Scrum Master holds the team accountable? What do you think? 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The answer is B. The team members hold themselves mutually accountable. They hold themselves accountable and they hold each other accountable. So even though they hold themselves individually accountable, it's not the best option. The best option is B. That's all inclusive. Team members hold anyone on the team accountable as well as themselves. That's why it says mutually accountable. All right, here is another one from our series. Are you an Agile aficionado? Let's find out. Here is your next question. In capacity planning, we do all of the following except deduct Scrum ceremony time, deduct time off, deduct time to take your dog to the vet, deduct actual time available to work. I'll give you 10 more seconds to think about it. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. So when you are in capacity planning, you definitely will not deduct time available to work. The whole idea is to find how much actual time do we have available to work. So you would deduct things that are not actual time available to work. You would not deduct the actual time available. You would deduct things that are not the actual time available. And with that, we can take out deduct Scrum ceremony time, because of course we will do that. Of course we will deduct time off and time to take your dog to the vet. It sounds humorous, but believe it or not, you would not leave that in your actual time, right? So you have to deduct it. So the best answer is the obvious. You would not deduct actual time available to work. You would deduct the time you are not working. All right, let's go to another question here. And this one is from our series, which Agile term is it? An approach that provides finished deliverables that the customer may be able to use immediately. An approach that provides finished deliverables that the customer may be able to use immediately. 3, 2, and 1. The Agile term I was looking for is incremental life cycle, because this is a direct lift from your Agile practice guide, and you do need to know these terms to be able to feel comfortable on your exam. So incremental life cycle, if you turn to your Agile practice guide, you find that right there on page 152. Okay. Do I hear that you want one more? Just one more? Let's do the final one for the day. Still on R, which Agile term is it? A number of visual displays which a team places in a highly visible location so that all team members can see the latest information at a glance. I'll read it again. A number of visual displays which a team places in a highly visible location so that all team members can see the latest information at a glance. 3, 2, and 1. The term is information radiator, as coined by our good friend Al. Alistair is the creator of this. And if you don't know Alistair, you're not an Agile aficionado yet. Go Google and look up Alistair. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that helped you get closer to your goal to get certified and get this under control, and maybe even this to some degree. You got to know both for your exam. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.